Will. This stream better be full of After Dark rants. Immortal with the 20-month resubscription. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and welcome back. We'll see. I'm feeling kind of mellow tonight. Feels like okay. We're on the draw. Roz is probably something aggressive, which means this Naive Lackey is going to get to hop in front of a bus. We're a little bit skewed. Okay, probably Ardent Sockets. We're a little bit skewed towards the control matchup game one, so this might be a little bit tough game one, but post-board we definitely have tools. Ooh. Sapphire Ruby sockets. Okay, so not Ardent sockets. Interesting. Oh, right. Sapphire Ruby does just play Haraza. I'm dumb. Ignore me. So opponent getting charged up here. This is good. This is a match I was playing earlier. I think Darkheart helps this deck helps this matchup a little bit. We can run some more shards off here. Okay. Acolyte of Flame's actually a very good draw here. I'm gonna go ahead and play her out. Just 2 bodies for 2 resources. She gets to trade with Quenchinator pretty cleanly here. Hopefully... Altar's very good against us. It's definitely one of the ways they can pull ahead in this matchup. Please, 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 please give me a blood shard. That's probably the death knell. It's really unfortunate. I probably would have mulliganed this hand on if I'd been on the play, but on the draw, I think keeping a 3-sharder is fine. Or a 2-sharder is fine, hoping to hit a 3rd. We definitely need to hit 3 in 3 turns so we can like hit our judgments and our Xentoth hunger, so like snowball. It's pretty good. Alright, so we're gonna go trade, chump. Need a blood. Alright, I mean, this gets 2 cards out of their hand. Probably not going to be good enough because of this altar. Demented Whisper is the first card we cut when we head to the reserves in this matchup. Just like, if any play here, we're going to be way too far behind to catch up. Our dark cards cost a very fair 4 amount of mana. Oh, Blamsmith, yep, super dead. Do not have time to stumble. Alright, so this is coming in. Fleshcraft and Gladiator on here. I wonder if Swift Strike is better on here. Nah, Gladiator's probably fine. Okay, so these are fine. These are fine. Withering Gaze is like okay in this matchup. It's not stellar, but it's fine. Zeddek's Judgment's not great. Demented Whispers is not great. I can trim a Candlelight. I'm just attempting not to yell because the kids are sleeping right now. Yeah, Darkheart is actually very good in this matchup because all of the things that they can sacrifice, you basically care about a lot. It makes them sacrifice Altar of Nulzann and the Banner, which are both like cards that really get ahead when they're on the board. So outside of Century of Nulzann, which gets cleaned up by our Massacres, this card answers a lot of things that we like have to take off the table or we're going to lose the game. It's also just like a 4/5 that sits there and blocks, and it can like trade with something if their troops are larger, and then it leaves a 4/5 behind. So like the body is relevant. I think this hand's fine. It's got 4 resources guaranteed. We'll play Gaze on 2 here, so that way we can try and take their altar away that way too. I mean, Darkheart has times where it's like not stellar for sure, but like the way these games play out, I think Darkheart is more than good. Arcing Rust is not bad. What you got? Alter, Animus, Into the Unknown, Runebind. I think I'm just taking this Runebind. Protects their thing. Do I go like max greed and like try to get them to play the Animus next turn? Probably not. I probably just like take the Arcing Rust on this and the Altar. They're like certainly jamming the Altar here, right? Yeah, I don't think I want to give them a chance because they could like Animus plus play another thing next turn potentially. So I just want to zap you. Put the Blightbark Reserves out, pass the turn here. Hopefully they just jam the Animus, then we can Herofall it and not have to worry about that for the rest of the game. Yeah, Altar is very good. Altar and Animus are the two cards we care about the most, so getting to answer both of these pretty cleanly is nice for us. We know one of the two cards in their hand is... They are done playing. I wonder if they drew another Animus. I might want some Return to Cinders on the draw in this matchup. It could be something that's true. I'm gonna cut a Hunger and bring in a Return to Cinder. It's the AAA Herofall. It's actually this artwork on this sleeve. This is from the first Clash season. Yeah, it sounds great. Yeah, great. It's fine. Passable. You have Elves of Ugin on one? No Elves of Ugin. That's great for us. No Elves, and we get to go 1 into 2 here, which is just excellent. The AAAs are supposed to be pretty. That's really good against us. This. Play this. Pass the turn here. Hopefully, we can kind of stem the board with our blockers while we get this Dark Heart up to this Altar of Nulzann. Yeah, I really liked Limited that season. Those were the AAA, so I played just a ton of Clashes and did well in a lot of them. I think I had like 7 or 8 of them at one point. So I'm gonna play this for Blood. I'm gonna go ahead and drop a Vicar. Oh geez. I was like, I can drop a Vicar this and then sack it to this, but I can't actually do that because the drop means I didn't get a charge, which kind of sucks. But I guess, like, it's going to give me a zombie later. Is the Elemental Turbo Pay still reasonable? It looked like a ton of fun on YouTube. Yeah, it's not a full-on combo deck anymore, but it's still a it's kind of like a it's pseudo combo. It doesn't full-on combo like it did previously. I think I do this. I can guaranteed play the Dark Heart next turn. Put a non-resource on top. I'm gonna go ahead and Withering Gaze my opponent. Actually, I should draw first, so that way I get a good idea of like what I want to be able to take away. Yeah, so I'm gonna Withering Gaze here. This lets me spot check for things that can... I'm gonna be in a pretty good spot here, actually. Two Runebinds, 2 Stifling Stings. That's pretty good. So I'm just going to take one of these Runebinds away, because they're kind of annoying. Return to Cinder looking pretty good. They have a Boltwing Phoenix in their hand. It's neat, some neat technology. Again, we're just kind of pumping the brakes here. We want to play defense in this matchup for sure. Opponent found their 4th shard. Let's them play Boltwing plus Banner. Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and Arcing Rust this with the expectation that they're gonna do, what's it called? To play the Runebind on this, and then I can Cinder this next turn potentially. Where's the Aristocrats? They're just playing other things. Sweet, they let that die. Can use this to kill the banner at some point. Just gonna do that now, actually. Strangle. No. Well, the Bolt Wing's definitely atypical. This is our second Ruby. I think the Growbones deck is great. It seems pretty competitive. Hey, Devrone with the 16-month resubscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. I appreciate it. Long time. Well, they couldn't protect the banner because the banner would still be a constant. Oh, I guess this being in play, excuse me, meant that they kind of couldn't. So I could play this Dark Heart out, and the Dark Heart would make them sack this, which will let them kill my board. And then they could use Stifling Sting to finish my Dark Heart, but then I have a 4/5. I think that's fine. That's fine. I could also, like, Strangle this and then Cinder it in response. Nah. I'm gonna go ahead and just do this. See what they do. I really don't want to just play the Dark Heart out and, like, give them a chance to, like, do my entire board. Yeah, I think I shouldn't have used the Disruptor Drone here. I think I should have saved the drone so I could kill the Mysterious Rune if they've saved this with the Runebind. Although I guess if they don't hit it here, I just get to play the Dark Heart out, and then the Dark Heart's going to gobble the Rune up next turn, so that's good for us. Yeah, the fact that they're constants comes up a lot. So their hand right now is double Stifling Sting, and then I think there's another card that I'm supposed to know, but I don't remember. No, there might not be. It was double Stifling Sting, Bolt Wing, and then something else. And this makes them sacrifice a non-socketed card every turn, but this is their only non-socketed card, so if they can't answer this Dark Heart, they're going to lose their Mysterious Rune unless they're Bolt Wing. Sting my face, sure. Sweet. Okay, that answers the Bolt Wing. I'm going to slowly lose my Dorkos, but, like, you know, that's fine. This Dark Heart holds their board at bay. Another Quenchy, sure. They have Sting and then a couple other cards I don't know. Sting plus one card I don't know. If Heartsworn, are you sure? Full on Candle, my old friend. Attack with this guy. If they want to double block, I'll Strangle. This means I'm going to lose both of these Dorks next turn, but I think that's fine. These Dark Hearts are going to take over the game pretty quickly here. There's the Heartsworn guy we're supposed to know about. Non-slow shard is excellent here. Turns on our Candlelight. Yeah, I think I just want to attack in with both of these again. Could I die in the backswing? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Probably not. And they might, like, run a double block assuming they can interact with Sting and then not be able to interact with Sting. Alright, sure, go. Three, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Blocks. Do I risk just taking this and dying? Probably not. Let's take 8 here down to 8. Century of Nulzann, sure. Sure. Hmm. So this is a free block for them. We know they have Stifling Sting. I get like Arcing Rust this and get the Sting out of their hand. And then my Strangle gets freed up. Yeah, I kind of like that. I'm gonna do this, assuming they're gonna Stifling Sting me. And if they don't Stifling Sting me, I just hold the Strangle and like use this to gain some health here. I think that's pretty unlikely, Pirate Pal, because we know they have the Stifling Sting in their hand. So I'm gonna kill this one. It's got slightly less power, but it lets them do other stuff. Let's make an action every turn. Another dark card. Alright, so I'll pass the turn back here. I guess a good draw could let them kill us here potentially, right? We draw like one of our massacres, the game will end on the spot. If they don't hit a good draw here, this last dark card will close the door pretty solidly for us. That was one of the best draws in their deck. It's actually just like exactly over lethal. Wait, did they just skip their combat step by mistake? That was lethal, right? I block there and then I take 4. Sure, why not? Alright, well we should have died to this draw because that was like the best draw on their deck, but they didn't attack us for whatever reason. That's true. If we had something in hand, we would have destroyed them. Okay. And I guess if we had something in hand, we would have killed them on the backswing. That's fair. Maybe it wasn't unintentional. Can I attack with this? I kind of want to attack with this. Yeah, I'm gonna attack with this. If like they want to trade like one of their 2/3s for this, I'm fine with that. I'll just sack the Abomination to draw a card. I just want to like I have Candlelight active, so I just want to like sure, why not? So this is gonna go away here in a second, but Copy Quench is pretty good. And it makes an action. Hopefully we get one of our cards that like draws 2 cards. That would be nice. Feels not bad. It'll be good and surprising combat. It takes one of their attackers off the board and it eliminates one. Extra blocker, 1 charge away from another banner for extra damage. That's a random action from Sorcerer's Sculpting. Hey, Xentoth's Hunger. Alright, well, let's try and strangle this because this will illuminate if it does. See if they generated a counterspell or something here. Doesn't look like it. Eat this guy, which gives us another one and 4 health and 2 cards. Feels like this is an interrupt the way they keep pausing. This is my card. My card is amazing. Okay. Okay. My basic action has been interrupted. Deal. Good random. Still have a game, as they say. I don't think so. We don't actually have that many troops to sack. I think I'm already kind of pushing, like, the limit of what's reasonable. This will hopefully snowball us into something kind of crazy. Yeah. Back it up, back it in. Let me begin. I also just like don't really have any spot removal slots in the main deck. Also, like Gruesome, just not like a particularly well positioned card, right? Like I don't really want it against control decks. Like the bash field has been predominantly control. Although Sockets might have a good weekend this weekend. It seems fine. If we hit a Ruby on this Fate Weave, we're gonna be pretty well off, and if we miss, we still have Herofall, so. Hey, Nozak with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much for putting your Amazon Fund money towards the channel this month. I do appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to everyone that's hanging out. Kind of a mellow evening stream. Not going to be a super long stream, but we're getting there. We're actually getting pretty close to another emote too. Nine more new subscribers. The Socket deck is interesting. I don't know how I feel about it. It's definitely good against this deck's the reason why I'm looking for things other than Ruby Sapphire, because Ruby Sapphire is like really good against the control decks, but it's kind of mediocre against the Sockets deck. Perfect. Do I want another resource? Yeah, I feel like I do, right? I feel like I kind of just want to, or do I want some action? Hey, Edelweiss 1313 with the brand new Twitch Prime support, 8 new subscribers away from getting an extra emote slot. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think I want to try and just curve out to this 6. Seems like it'll probably be pretty good. Yeah, Blood Diamond Sockets is interesting. It's like less aggressive, but a little bit more powerful over the top. It's like Ruby Diamond Terraza, could be Ardent Sockets. If they play MC out here, I think we're just hero falling this MC. Yeah, I think I just want to do that. Their MCs are pretty scary. You get a touch punished if our opponent has an Animus as a follow-up here, but I think taking the MC out is a good line. They're only on 3 MCs. That's weird. Usually this configuration plays 4 MCs because the evasion on it's really good. I like 3 MCs in the Ruby Sapphire Socket stack, but in the build's playing Quench too. Oh, this is double damage Quench. That's terrifying. Right, they put their charges gem in Animus usually, right? I played this deck last season a little bit. So this turn, we're going to go Acolyte plus Blightbark Reserves on my Acolyte, I think. I might even just eat it, too. That doesn't seem reasonable. That's an okay draw. I should have played this last turn, right? So that way I could have played this turn. Yeah, that was a sequencing mistake. Because, like, now if I play this, I actually can't... what's the word I'm searching for? I can't guaranteed play the Dark Heart next turn. Is that okay? What do I want to do? What do I want to do? My poor sequencing has made me make a difficult decision. I think I'm gonna do this. Put this on here and then hit this. I have two, so that way we have two different things that can block Quenchy here. Since he's double damage, I really don't want him to connect. Yeah, so I just like have this extra resource I can't use now because I sequenced my resources incorrectly on turn 3. And like, so I had an extra resource here, and I'm gonna be short a resource of playing Dark Heart next turn. Basically, I'm Animus here. We're gonna be in a lot of trouble. Animus plus another socketed card and just extreme amounts of trouble. Grimskull Tactician. Okay, I'm glad I have 2 blockers here. Hopefully they don't have another socketed card. That's still... That one has charges in it, so they've just got their gems all spread out. Holy crap. This is a big hit. Taking 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17 down to 4. Need one of our 2 main deck Massacres off the top. Good. Good hits. When you run good, you run good. I guess I'm technically not dead yet. We get to go block Xentoth's Hunger. Any socketed card kills us, but assuming they have 2 blanks, we like get another draw step. Get 3 draw steps. That's 1 blank. This is a big bomb right here. Big boogity bomb. Oh, they do have Hope Gem in there. Alright. We did, friendo. Alright, so what are we doing? Probably pretty close to how we boarded in the last match, right? Grab this last one. Fleshcraft and... Gladiator. These rusts in. Put these in. Put these in. Put these in. Seems fine. I guess I don't want any of the Withering Gazes in this matchup. Definitely don't want these Demented Whispers, so leaves me a couple of slots. I could leave an extra Candlelight in just for like killing stuff, and leave a Zeddek's Judgment in. Seems fine. I have Return to Cinder, I guess that kills MC. I hate that. I can't block their MCs in combat really. I guess Return to Cinder kills their Quench Standards as well. Yeah, maybe both the Return to Cinders are good, and I just shouldn't have the 3rd Candlelight in my deck. That's probably what it's supposed to be. We'll switch that, fix that on the draw. Now I think we're just gonna play the Blood Ruby tonight. The Ruby Sapphire control deck has a hard time with these sockets decks, so I'm trying to find other configurations of Candlelight decks that I enjoy playing. Yeah, it seems okay. It's like not exciting, but it's fine. Oh, fuck! I forgot Stalking Quarry is a card. Yeah, there should 10 out of 10 be like 1 to 2 Stalking Quarries on my board. I like cards that say win the game. That sounds great, Immortal. You're so smart and thin. Just the smartest, thinnest viewer in my stream right now. Oh yeah, just all the... I'm so dumb. Why aren't there Stalking Quarries in my deck? There's gonna be 2 of those in my deck after this match. Cut one of these stupid Arcing Rusts. Look, they drew the nuts last game. They can have them all again. It's funny, you look at a card like Stalking Quarry, and I just like can't help but think, man, Sockets must have been really fucked up in their internal testing to be like, you know what we need to print? We need to print this Stalking Quarry card. Sure. Do I just cash this in? I might just cash this in. Like, turns on my Haunting Cry. I have faith that with Cory Burkhardt at the helm, Hex will never have anything as miserable to play against the Strong lands. Just, God bless you, Cory. And my boy Taka's great. He's good people. Stack him, draw a card. They are playing Ardent Sockets, so there's Crusaders hiding in their deck. Probably gonna pull the trigger on this Haunting Cry this turn if they play out another thing, because we could hit a Massacre for next turn. It's double damage, yep. Second Strangle's not a Massacre, but it's fine. Yeah, they complain for a good reason. Tron lands are stupid. Blame a pretty lady out. She's so good at blocking. This card's been really good. Not only with the champion power, but just like in general. Like a quality hex card. What's going on, Mage? Yep. I think I'm just gonna strangle this Quenchinator instead of throwing my candle under a bus. I guess I can strangle here and then chump here. And then that lets me trade this with this next turn. Seems fine. I'm not using this candle for anything useful anyways. There's something I could have useful I could have used that candle for. Such a dirty, rotten liar. Am I using this hunger this turn? Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Only got one card left. They mulliganed low, so probably just like could close our eyes and pick actions at random and win this game. How many Stalking Quarries should be in my board is a good question. Card's really good. Oh. God damn it. I was so caught up in saying this card's really good that I forgot to. Yep, well I guess we're strangling this one now. I was gonna strangle this in response. Alright, now we'll strangle the one that's gonna do double damage. That's true. I think I want at least 2 of them. It might be 3 if we're being completely and totally honest. So I'll end their turn and make a candle. God, I am so good at flooding with this deck. Hopefully, we draw an action next turn. If we draw an action, it will illuminate, and then we get to use Takahiro, which sounds great. Which will hopefully find us more actions to illuminate stuff with. Can we just like not draw? Just not draw another shard, please. That is confirmed. Not another shard. God bless us, everyone. These 2 are gonna live, but this is a permanent minus, so they ain't gonna do a whole lot. I'm gonna sack this, see what we get. I'm not playing a shard yet, because if we had a 3-drop, I want to play it. It's 2-drop, sure. Do this, pass the turn. Draw a card, lose a health. If you can scrounge one, you get to draw an additional card and lose an additional health. Yeah, I think so, Immortal. I think I'm going to trim 1 rust in my 4th Darkheart for at least a couple, and I might slide around my main deck a little bit and fit a 3rd in. I think I want 2 rust just because like killing Altar is pretty important. Alright, we'll attack with this and then we'll finish off their dorks here. Love when there's a massacre and a lone candle gets left behind. The only survivor, he came upon a gruesome board state. This candle's seen some shit. Hey, look at that. I was going to sacrifice this candle, but now I found a Naive Lackey. And Naive Lackey is ready and willing to do the most terrible things for our pleasure. Little bunny foo-foo runs right off the cliff. God bless. Do I want to play this? Yeah, it's probably fine. Why not? So young, so naive. Didn't know it was coming. Just jumped up and bit him. You're not wrong. It's certainly a huge step up. This is look at the MTG Arena beta. Could you even imagine? Honestly, one of the biggest legs up that Hex has over Arena is that the fact that they don't have their resources on the board is just like such a huge leg up. Like unreal how much it makes how much cleaner it makes everything. That would be great. It would make someone that watched it go watch a bunch of Hex videos. That'd be like a great troll. Alright, so you're gonna Sabretooth me? Sure. You got a 4/5. Yeah. Yeah, Hex's resource system is just like super elegant. We done here yet, opponent? That's a lot of Sabretooths. A lot of toothers over there. Put this on my abomination here, so when he dies next turn he leaves a zombie behind. Yeah, I'm just gonna smash for 9 here. I don't think they have any draws that could kill us. We're at 18. They only get to draw 1 card. Does Buzztech Innovator kill me even? Buzztech would be 4, 9, 8, would be 17. So Buzztech's their best draw, and even that's not lethal. Eternal Carbon copied Hex's resource system. Probably because Hex's resource system is excellent. Probably attack with this. I can get some card advantage with it next turn. Eternal has this requirement where a third of your deck has to be resources because their opening hand algorithm is just super fucking lazy. This is gonna turn my dark card into a 2/1, which is fine. It's gonna kill these. This will kill this. I'll hit them down to 2 here. Or put a non-resource on top of my deck. It's funny. Eternal had their opening hand algorithm before Hex made their change. And I was like, this is kind of neat. It reduces variance. Then like Hex made their change. And I was just like, oh, Hex's change is way better than Eternal's. I mean, a big part of what makes Hex's resource system elegant is the fact that you don't have to like tap things. So that sounds pretty different. No, it's a minimum of a third. Because how their game works is what's the word I'm searching for? Their opening hand algorithm guarantees you get between 2 and 5 in every opening hand. So to prevent people from abusing that, they put a resource minimum on the decks, which is very lazy. It was a physical card game. Okay, interesting. Alright, hopefully we find some action here. Kind of petered out a little bit. 2 draws this turn. Alright, Dark Heart the second. Sure, why not? I'm gonna gobble him up. It's not very good. Man, imagine if this was a stalking quarry, they'd die. It would be so good. Oh, did I miss a message from you, Edel? Thank you. Sorry about that. Alright, that'll do, pig. Opponent's had enough. Let's play third game here. Let's return to Cinder in my deck with this last Candlelight. Man, Stalking Quarry would be so good. We're gonna get that. It's gonna be in my deck here in a second. Then we're not gonna play against sockets for the rest of the night, but I'll be happy knowing it's there. Yeah, the priority system in Epic takes a lot of getting used to if you're coming from a Magic or like Hex background. But I think I kind of like it. It simplifies it in like a nice way. That's still very interactive. This hand's probably fine, right? It's got like 2 pieces of removal and a Naive Lackey to jump in front of something. It's an okay pickup. God, imagine if it was a Stalking Quarry, it'd be way better. Look at this. Look at this powerful start my opponent has here. Just like one of the best starts this Sockets deck can have against a control deck. Meet my friend Arcing Rust. We actually aren't a part of Gameforge anymore with Hex. The Candles deck is okay. It's fine. I've played a non-budget version of Candles. You can find an article on the main site about it. But if your goal, it depends on like what your goal for Hex is too. If your goal is just to climb to Cosmic, the budget Candles deck is more than adequate for that. If your goal is to like compete in, say, the cash tournaments that happen on the weekends, then it might be better to upgrade it with some non-budget upgrades. So it really depends on like what you're looking to get out of Hex. Throw this away, draw 2 cards. Drone's not bad. I'm gonna hold up Strangle here. And the next turn we can go Drone plus second Strangle into Darkheart. Have a pretty solid curve here. Just gonna drop this guy out of the sky. That's really scary. Hey, Twisted Chaos. Yeah, just playing a match or 2 before I go to bed. Probably not gonna be on much longer. But I figured I was gonna be playing anyway, so might as well stream it. I'm actually just gonna play this, and we have a non-resource to the top and pass the turn here. Hopefully they just play out one thing next turn and I can Strangle it, and then we'll be able to untap, play the Darkheart, and gobble their altar up. Rich Shea with the host. Howdy. Well, thanks for that. Welcome to folks coming over from Rich's channel. We're hanging out playing some Hex Shards of Fate this evening, which is a digital TCG. Yeah, the non-budget version has put up a couple of 5-2 finishes in the tournaments. And for those that aren't familiar with tournaments like that, 5-2 mean there's a number of 5-2 players that top 8 the tournaments every single week. So Darkheart cleans out this altar nicely, and then we're going to be set up pretty well here. We got the Xentoth Hunger to generate a little bit more card advantage. We've got a Herofall for spot removal for any socketed troops they play out. We've already cleaned up 2 altars here. Definitely one of their better cards against us. No, the weekend tournaments are a number of Swiss rounds based on attendance in the tournament. So generally they are 6 or 7 rounds of Swiss, followed by 3 rounds of double elimination for the top 8 players. There's a Naive Lackey in there. All right, let's Haunting Cry, see what we find here. So I get to scrounge this, voiding a troop from my crypt, and then I get to draw 2 here. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and Blightbark Reserve up my Darkheart. And then I'm gonna go ahead and Herofall this Animus. My sweet AAA Herofall. For those of you that don't know, the AAA Herofall makes it so the Animus is removed from their deck next game too. Just, you know, worth the extra money. Dragon Speaker's pretty good. These two just counteract each other for now. I might throw this under a bus next turn, blocking her, depending on what happens. Yeah. I'm gonna play this, guaranteed non-resource on top of my deck. I'm gonna play out this Disruptor Drone. I'm gonna pass the turn here. They're almost certainly going to attack in with this. Howdy, Feldspar. Yeah, Dahlia's pretty powerful hex card. This has the Blightbark drop on it, so maybe I just want to Xentoth Hunger this before blocks, and then get the 4/5 and the 2/2 and double her. That's probably fine. I don't want to need Darkheart's effect anymore. I'd like some more cards. They might not even attack if they don't want to trade her for these two, and they don't. Yeah, I'm actually going to go ahead and bin my Darkheart here. Hopefully we can find some removal for this. We get like 2 draws off of this. So I get a draw off of Taka. I get a draw off this Naive Lackey. I get a draw for the turn. Put out a non-resource on top with this. Play this out. Pick up 2 more cards here. Candlelight would be great for killing her. Another lackey, another lackey. Alright. So naive, my lackeys. Oh, lackey, my lackey. Oh, lackey, my lackey. 23 cards without a Candlelight. I guess there's only 2 Candlelights in my deck, right? Maybe boarding down... I guess once I have Stalking Quarry in my deck, boarding down Candlelight won't be as big of a deal. The Candlelight's really kind of our finisher, so going down to 2 might be a little bit loose. And I board out Demented Whispers. It's really our only card that can close the game. My poor drone. I'm gonna start chipping with Dahlia here. I can't, right? I can just triple block her. Yeah. Assuming we just keep drawing bricks, in 2 turns we'll be able to sack a lackey at least. Massacre. Maybe this is too aggressive. I'm just gonna pass the turn here, actually. I've still got fine chump blocks, and this might encourage them to play something else out next turn. Yeah, this is a post-board configuration. The decklist tool always updates what we currently have submitted, so I can reference what's in our deck currently. Sweet. Draw a card when this dies. Next turn we'll draw 3 cards. Get to draw 1 for the turn. Sack 1, sack this. I'll probably Massacre, clear most of the board. Plenty of removal that can finish this off at that point, just like that. Alrighty, well, I'll go ahead and Candlelight you. Peace, Twisted. Alrighty. As you will. One very terrified candle enters play, just having been witness to a brutal massacre. Will that joke ever get old? Well, we'll find out. And now we just have to, like, not brick horribly from here on out. We've got, like, 2 more guaranteed pieces of action coming up, so should be fine in that case. Oh, that's not charges, it's double damage. Sweet. The cause of the brute. Look at that fucking smirk on his face. Just like, I know what I did. I caused this massacre. What are the chances of my Calc 3 teacher curves an 88 to an A? Slim to nothing. Hopefully they don't have like a riposte here. Waiting on this gives them that as an out to hit us for a bunch of damage here. Make another candle here that gets voided. There's guaranteed a piece of action on our deck because we Fate Wove last turn with a piece of ice. That's pretty good. Ding ding ding, we have a winner. Their hero has fallen. Calc 2 is the tough one usually. Calc 3 is just Calc 1 in 3 dimensions. Calc 2 is the one where you do more complicated integrations. Which I know feels odd if you didn't... Or at least when I took and I teach the sequence, that's the one people usually struggle a little bit more with. Calc 2 is awful. Yeah, see, there's someone. They know what's up. Just the casual 4th Takahiro activation. What's 4 extra cards and 12 extra health between friends, really, though? Oh no. Oh no, the mortal enemy of the 2-2, the 0-3. Where'd you put Diffie Q in regard to that difficulty? It's closer to Calc 2. I don't know if that scares you or not, but Diffie Q is usually like an extension of Calc 2, usually like application problems is the larger focus. It varies depending on like where you take it out, obviously, but that's usually what it entails. That's true, JW. But then I'd have drawn one less card. And is it really winning the game if I've drawn one fewer cards than I could have? That's the question I leave you with. Is it really winning the game if I don't get to draw the maximum number of cards? Alright, so they're not attacking. It's a pretty good one. Pretty good one. I make my candles larger, I think. Oh, look at that, a lethal candlelight. Tick, tick, boom. Grow, my children, grow. Hold on, your opponent is dead, but you need to decide how large your children are going to grow to. Alright, so we're going to do Stalking Quarry. Is that a thing? Sounds like a thing. Feel like I want 2 or 3 of these on my board. I'm gonna cut this Dark Heart. I'm gonna put this 3rd Massacre main and cut the 2nd Dark Heart here. I want to cut this Arcing Rust. Can't decide if I want the 3rd Arcing Rust or the 3rd Stalking Quarry. It's probably just the 3rd Stalking Quarry. This card's like just a massive middle finger to the socket stack, and the Arcing Rust is there for the socket stack. This is probably the droid I'm looking for. I guess another question is, like, do I need a 4th Massacre? I need to play against some non-socket stacks. I probably don't need 4 Massacre against the socket stack if I have 3 Stalking Quarry coming in as well. Yeah, I agree, Immortals. I feel like the line for number of socket stacks I'm going to play against this weekend is like, how is this insane? Is it insane to just like put one of these on my main deck? Like drop speed in it? How unreasonable is this to do? No, I think it's like 2.5. I feel like 2.5 is a good line. I think you'd have people bet over and under on that line. Like 2 to 3 is probably where it's at. It's like kills Dark Hearts out of non-socket decks too. As someone who loves getting people, this is probably fine. Yeah, it kills Dark Heart in the control mirror. Just like a 6/4 with speed, kills the Dark Heart. Seems good. Just like a random get you. Look at all the 2s on the sideboard. I guess I should hide this deck list so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, it seems good. We're gonna play some more of this in the morning. We beat every socket deck that we played, Bob. I think the matchup's pretty close. We beat Ruby, Sapphire, and Ardent sockets though, but I think it's close enough that I want to go over the top card like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. I'll be back in the morning. Thanks for watching, folks. Have a good night. See you here about 9.5, 10 hours from now, because that's what we do.